another idea. Okay, this is a very interesting idea. Okay, let's think about a circle here, and let's say you want to do something like this. Okay, you have the center over here, and let's say this is a, remember, this is a super important property, so please pay attention right now. Let's say you've got 80 degrees over here. Okay, let's say this is 80 degrees. Now what's going to happen over here? Okay, this is a very interesting problem, guys. If you see this, it's going to be so easy for you to solve. This entire session is going to be 50 points to you already. Okay, so this full part over here. Okay, so very good. Some people already know it. All right, excellent. Sharp people over here. Okay, so remember, anytime you have this fixed over here, and just this line goes, this point goes over here, and this new angle over here, right? This is called the inscribed angle, is going to be exactly half of this angle. Okay, so it's going to be 40 degrees. Okay, it's going to be 40 degrees. Very good. It's going to be 40 degrees over here. Okay, now those of you who have already solved this, try to find out what is this angle. Okay, that's the challenge for you. What could this angle be? This particular angle, what is that going to be? Okay, so try to find that out if these two lines are equal. Okay, so try to find what that angle is going to be. Okay, that's the challenge problem for you. That's for the 700 plus people who want to try that kind of a problem. Okay, this is 40. Okay, so let's try another problem here, folks. Same type. Let's say you've got a circle, right? Nice, George. Excellent job. So now let's say this is 70. Okay, and you are given, right? You are given, so try to calculate this formula first, this angle first, and let's say you are given that this angle here, right? Try to first calculate what this is going to be. That's going to be easy for you, right? And then try to calculate what is, so this angle is 35 degrees, right? And now you can easily calculate try to calculate what is this angle over here. Okay, see if you can calculate what is this angle over here. And try to calculate, so this one is, okay, so try to find that out. Meanwhile, the other people can find out what is this angle going to be. Okay, try to find out all of these angles. This is going to be 35, right? This is going to be 70, this is going to be 35. So now for the other people, try to find out what this angle is going to be. Okay, remember now in circles, okay, anytime you have a point going to the end, this is the radius, right? So this is the radius and this is the radius. Okay, because it's the radius, and this is, you can watch the video from yesterday, we just covered this. This is isosceles triangles. Okay, so if you have this line same as this line, this segment, right, these angles are going to be the same, right? So what you're going to do, and again, ask me if you don't have the video for the last session, right? You're going to see exactly how we solve this, but you're going to have these two angles the same. So you're going to have x plus 70, okay, is equal to 180. Remember, in a triangle, all of these angles are 180, so you're learning all of this. So 2x plus 70 is equal to 180. Once again, watch the video I'm going to send you, and then everything will be even super clear. Okay, so subtract 70, right? So you get x is equal to 55. Well done. Excellent job. So this is 55 over here. Okay, so that's an important one. Let's move on to another particular type of a problem here, where you are gonna understand, and then we'll look at the last piece. Okay, so this is a circle here, guys, and now let's think about how we represent a circle. Okay, last part of the circle is very important, super important. Remember this: x minus something, y minus something is equal to something squared. It almost looks like this: a squared plus b squared is c squared, right? Remember the Pythagorean theorem? You might remember it. We covered this as well, right? Yesterday we covered this, but we're going to cover it very soon again. So remember, this is the center over here, right? So let's say you have this piece here. Let's say the center, guys, is 1, 5. Okay, 1, 5. So you can write this over here as x minus 1 squared plus y minus 5 squared. Remember, there's always got to be a negative sign here. Don't forget the negative sign. Many of my students in the past have lost points because they forgot the negative. Okay, so there's a minus or a negative sign here, and then this guy is going to be the x coordinate, and this guy is going to be the y coordinate over here. Okay, and this guy inside squared, right? That's going to be the radius. That's going to be the radius. So let's say it's here, let's make it 10. Okay, so it's going to be 10 squared. Okay, so sometimes you might see it as 100 because 10 times 10 is 100, right? Like this. So remember, x minus something plus y minus something, x minus something squared plus y minus something squared is 100 squared, right? Remember, these are super, super important formulas here that I'm showing you. And after the session is over, I'm going to send you my cheat sheet. So if I don't send you the cheat sheet, just remind me, this is how the cheat sheet looks like. Okay. Let me see, where is it gone? So this is how the cheat sheet looks like, okay? So it's got all the basic operations, factoring, FOIL, percents, counting, all of these formulas are in here, and our circles is right over here, right? So I showed you this ratio, and all of these ideas are right over here. So these are super important for you to memorize. Then you've got quadratic and all of these ideas. So I'm gonna send this to you. If I don't send, please email me. Okay, so remember, this idea over here is going to be in your cheat sheet, but I think it's interesting, it's important for you to remember it because they're not going to give you that formula, okay, in the test. So remember this formula, and now let's try to solve another problem, guys. How would you solve, whoops, circles is always a difficult one. It's hard to draw these circles. I try to use some tools to draw them, but it's a bit difficult still. Okay, so how would you solve this one? Okay, remember, you need to find the center, and I'm giving you the equation x plus 5 squared, okay, plus y minus 2 squared is equal to, let's say, 49. So find the center, and I made a mistake here. First, let me do it this way. Okay, now try to find the center, guys. What are the coordinates of the center? Yes, yes. And then also tell me what is the radius. Okay, also tell me what is the radius. Well done. Well done. Great, great, great. Nice to see the people who have attended these sessions. They are just bombarding the the chat. That makes me happy. Well done. Well done. Well done, guys. So, and the radius is 7, right? Now, excellent. So this works. Now's the next piece. Okay, the next piece is x minus 5 squared plus y minus 2 squared is 49. Now the next piece, next question for you. What is the radius for x plus 7 squared plus y minus 2 squared? Okay, what's the center? What's the coordinates of these? Remember, there's a plus here, there's not a minus here. So what can you do? What's a special thing about this? Okay, is equal to 4. And tell me the radius of this as well. What's the radius going to be? Great, 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 great. Well done. These simple problems, just you need to memorize them, okay? So remember, what is this? What's going on here? Plus, so remember, I told you before that you need a minus sign, right? So you need to write it as negative times negative here, right? Once you have this kind of a thing, this whole piece is going to be your center, right? And then this guy over here is going to be 2 squared, right? And so that's going to be negative 7 and 2, right? You can go to decimals. I highly encourage you for at least a little bit. Try to use this functionality and just see for yourself how things look like, right? So I'm going to type it over here: x plus 7 squared, plus, what was it? Y minus 2 squared, right? Plot is equal to 4. So you see how it is right here in the center. You see negative 7 and positive 2. I hope that's what we were doing. Yes. So negative 7 and positive 2, and that's the radius, right? So it's nice to visualize it where things are, okay? It's nice to visualize where things are, okay? So very good. I'm liking it that people are responding to this session. That's really how people learn, okay? Just watching a video on YouTube doesn't work. You have to practice problems, and the more you practice in a group, the better. That's why we're here, okay? So some of the people are not responding. Please respond, because that's going to help you to learn. Okay, even though it's hard or easy, just let me know. Just chat over and let me know, okay? Now, we're going to move on to the next piece, folks. Now, this piece is amazing. Let's look at it. How we solve this problem. It's going to help you in your quadratics as well. So pay attention to what I'm saying, okay? X squared minus 4x plus y squared minus 6x, okay, let's say is equal to 3. Okay, now this is not a complete square. To complete the square, I'm going to pay attention over here before solving it. I'm going to show you a shortcut. Okay, I'm going to show you a shortcut, guys. To complete this square, okay, I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to put it over here. Now, what you need to do is you've got this x variable, right? You need to take this guy in front of the x, and you divide it by 2. So 4 divided by 2, what do you get? 2, right? 4 divided by 2, you take the half of 4, that's 2. And then you're simply gonna add 2 square, okay? 4 divided by 2, you got 2, right? And then you gotta square that guy, okay? So you add 2 squared, okay? What this does is it makes it a full square, okay? And because you added this guy here, you're gonna add the 2 squared over here as well. Okay, you're gonna add the 2 squared over here. Don't forget adding this 2 squared over here. Guys, this is a very, very easy way to solve a problem. Many people get confused by this. I'm showing you the shortest way. And then all you got to do is you took this 2 squared, right? And just copy this sign is going to be x minus 2 squared. And boom, that's your complete square, okay? Just completing the square keeps coming in again and again. Even for quadratics, it's going to come in, right? This is the same idea, okay? So now try this one. What do you get? Try to complete the square here. And my bad, it shouldn't be x. I always make this mistake. Okay, just the last time I made this mistake again. Sorry about that. It's a y here, okay? So try to complete the square here. What do I mean by completing the square? What I mean that you take this guy, this number, which is in front of y, take the half of it. 6 divided by 2 is 3, right? Now, take the 3 and square it, right? And add it right over here. Just do that, and then don't forget to add it over here as well. When you do that, as soon as you do it, what happens is that this whole thing is automatically converted to a square, okay? It's converted to a square, right? And over here, you're gonna add all of these things. So what do you have? 3 plus 4 plus 9, right? What do you get over here? 3 plus 4 plus 9 is 16, right? So now, can you find the center of the circle here? Super easy. I know many of you know how to do this, okay? The radius is also given to you over here, right? X minus 2 plus y minus 3 squared is equal to 16, okay? Those who understand this problem, I'm gonna give you another problem while I explain this again, okay? So the problem is x squared minus 6x plus y squared plus 8y is equal to 12, okay? Those who have already understood this problem, please go ahead and try this. Okay, try that problem, try that problem. Okay, try that problem, guys. Okay, so remember what you got to do here, all right? Try to solve this problem over here. And meanwhile, I'm going to explain this problem to some of you over here. What's going on if you didn't understand? I'll explain this again to you in a different ink over here. Remember, you're given only this much, right? So you take this guy and you divide it by 2, right? You divide this by 2, you take 4 divided by 2 is 2, right? Simply write it over here and put this 2 over 2 squared over here, right? And then copy that 2 and 2 squared over here, right? The same way, you take the 6, you divide it by 2, 6 divided by 2 is 3, right? You put it over here and then you square it. Don't forget to square it and then add it over here and you're done, right? Then all you got to do is remember this 2 that you got, just copy it over here. This 3 that you got, just write it down over here. And then remember this 2 squared was 4 and 9. So when you add it on one side, you add it on the other side, right? So that's what you're going to do. And you got this. So try it. I'm waiting for people to solve this. Only few people have responded. Yes, now the answers come in. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Be careful of the signs, guys. There's a negative here, right? And there's a positive here, okay? So maybe I didn't mention it to you. This negative is going to be copied down over here, okay? And this negative is copied down over here. So can you guess what happens over here? There's a positive, so you need to copy down this positive guy down, okay? So x, so what you're going to do over here is I'm going to explain this to you one more time, right? Pay attention to this, right? If you're not able to solve it, pay attention. And then, of course, you've got the videos as well. So you take this 6, you divide it by 2, you got 3. I'm going to keep this 3 right over here as a secret number. Okay, now I'm just going to add 3 squared to both places, okay, plus 3 squared plus 3 squared. right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 8 here. 8 divided by 2 is 4, right? So I'm going to add 4, not only just 4, I'm going to add 4 squared over here, right? And now, just as magic, this works out to be x minus 3 squared. Just copy down this 3 guy over here and copy down this sign over here, plus y, and then copy down this 4 over here and the sign over here, okay? And then you're done. Just take the square of this, and then you can do 12 plus 9 plus, well done, Queenly. Yes, 12 plus 9 plus 16, and whatever you get here is going to be over here. So that's 37, right? So the center is 3, negative 4, and the radius is square root of 37, right? It could be the square root, right? Because remember, this is the full guy. So it's actually square root of 37 squared, right? Square root of 37 squared. That's what you need to think about, okay? That's what you need to think about. Sometimes you might just get an equation like this. I'm going to move it up so you can, the people who have already solved it. Yeah, I know. Using using a computer takes long, right? So I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah, so, but thank you for writing it down. So those people, some people have actually written out this equation. Very good. So I am impressed by that. Keep doing this. Remember, last piece, x minus 4 squared plus y minus 2 squared. That's easy. I know what you're going to write, right? You know what this is going to be. But remember, what if this is 7? Okay, what if this is 7? You're just going to think about this as square root of 7 squared. So the radius, guys, is equal to square root of 7, okay? Just leave it as square root of 7. You never have to ever calculate the square roots in SATs, okay? So this is done, all right? Nicely done. Remember, we did a lot of formulas. We did the circle with the sector. We did some of the area problems over here as well. There's going to be volumes coming up right now, okay? But before that, let's take a look at trig, okay? That one, yes, SOHCAHTOA, all right? So SOHCAHTOA. So this one is part 2, guys, part 2 of geometry. Okay, you don't need a lot of geometry. Don't keep studying all of it, right? That's the benefit of this, guys. If you are solving problems watching videos on YouTube, right, just 1 hour videos, you are just going to get pieces of it. If you take a book, you're just going to understand a bit of it. Here I'm giving you full 10 hours of instruction and 10 hours of practice problems to solve. And then there's more coming up, okay? But I don't want to flood you with all of this information. Just take it one piece at a time, just nibble on it, and your brain is going to understand it gradually, okay? All of these problems are coming up, right, on the test again and again. I'm telling you, all of these problems, right, 85% of SAT problems are repeated again and again and again, okay? They're rehashed in different ways where as soon as you understand what the problem is, you should be able to solve it, okay? So that's the deal here. So here we are with trig, okay? SOHCAHTOA. So let's remember this. This is, guys, this is the sine.